The Knights Templar, a medieval Christian military order, are best known for their role as warriors during the Crusades, donning their distinctive white mantles adorned with red crosses. However, their influence extended far beyond the battlefield. The Templars were instrumental in shaping the medieval financial world, creating one of the earliest and most sophisticated banking systems in Europe. Their network of wealth and financial services not only financed military campaigns, but also laid the groundwork for modern banking practices that would come to define Western commerce. How did this order of warrior monks revolutionize medieval finance? And how did they become some of the most powerful economic players in Europe? Founded around 1119 in the aftermath of the First Crusade, the Knights Templar began as protectors of Christian pilgrims journeying to the Holy Land. Initially, they were a relatively obscure group of knights, with a primary mission to safeguard travel routes between Europe and Jerusalem. However, their proximity to the Holy Land's riches, combined with their patronage from European nobility and the Church, quickly transformed them into a powerful and wealthy order. Nobles across Europe donated vast tracts of land, wealth and assets to the Templars, believing they were contributing to a holy cause. The Templars became landowners and estate managers, administering vast agricultural operations, vineyards and even industrial enterprises like mills. They also collected taxes and tributes, further consolidating their financial base. In time, their financial acumen and administrative abilities drew the attention of monarchs and merchants alike, setting the stage for their role as financiers. By the mid-12th century, the Knights Templar had developed a sophisticated banking network that spanned Europe and the Middle East. One of their most notable innovations was the creation of a system that allowed for secure financial transactions across vast distances, essentially an early form of banking and international finance that would eventually inspire modern banking systems. At a time when travel between Europe and the Holy Land was dangerous due to banditry, war, and political instability, the Templars offered a service that allowed travelers to deposit their money at one Templar location and withdraw it at another, often far away. This system was particularly valuable to pilgrims and merchants making the long journey to Jerusalem, as it meant they could travel without carrying large sums of cash, which reduced the risk of theft. The process worked as follows. A traveler would deposit their funds with a local Templar commandery, one of the order's regional headquarters. In exchange, they would receive a written document, a primitive form of a check or promissory note that could be redeemed for the same amount of money upon arrival at another Templar commandery. This early form of a credit system allowed for safe and efficient financial transactions across Europe and the Levant. By providing these services, the Templars became trusted financiers for the rich and powerful. Their system relied on a foundation of trust. Templar notes were accepted widely because of the order's reputation for honesty and reliability. This credibility made them the go-to financial institution for kings, nobles and merchants alike. Beyond their innovative banking practices for travelers, the Knights Templar became major players in the financing of European monarchies. During the 12th and 13th centuries, kings and nobility often turned to the Templars for loans to fund military campaigns, particularly the expensive Crusades to the Holy Land. The Templars' immense wealth and far-reaching influence made them reliable financiers, especially during times of conflict. One of the most notable examples of this was the Templars' relationship with the French crown. Kings like Louis VII and Philip IV borrowed heavily from the Templars to fund their military endeavors. The Templars also served as treasurers for various kingdoms, including France, and were entrusted with safeguarding royal assets and serving as bankers to monarchs. Their immense financial resources and ability to move money across borders made them indispensable to kings who needed to raise large sums quickly. This role as lenders to monarchs, however, would ultimately contribute to their downfall. King Philip IV of France, heavily indebted to the Templars and facing financial instability, began to see the order as a threat to his own power and treasury. In a politically motivated move, Philip would orchestrate a brutal campaign against the Templars in 1307, arresting and executing many of their leaders on charges of heresy, witchcraft, and financial corruption, a campaign that also allowed him to seize their assets. The Knights Templar were also instrumental in developing other banking and financial tools that would be precursors to modern financial practices. Their influence extended into areas such as credit and deposit services, currency exchange, and property management. The Templars were among the first to engage in financial transactions that went beyond simple gold or silver exchanges, establishing themselves as key players in European commerce. 1. Credit and loans. The Templars provided loans to monarchs, nobles, and merchants, often securing these loans with the assets and estates of their borrowers. For example, they frequently held land as collateral, which they would manage until the loan was repaid. Their ability to provide credit made them essential to European kings and large commercial enterprises. 2. Deposit services. The Templars safeguarded deposits of money and valuables for kings, the church, and wealthy nobles. Their network of commanderies acted as secure vaults, offering protection from theft and political instability. 3. Currency exchange. As traders and travelers moved between countries, currency exchange became a necessary service. The Templars facilitated these exchanges through their far-reaching network, allowing merchants to conduct business across borders without worrying about currency disparities or exchange rates. 4. Estate management. The Templars were also skilled administrators of property, managing vast estates and land holdings across Europe. This required the implementation of accounting systems, property management techniques, and tax collection methods that were advanced for their time. These financial services and innovations placed the Templars at the center of medieval European economic life. Their ability to operate as a multinational financial institution, moving money, goods, and resources across vast distances, helped to stabilize and enhance trade during a time when Europe was often fragmented by conflict and political rivalry. The immense power and wealth accumulated by the Templars made them a target for political leaders like King Philip IV of France, who coveted their assets and feared their influence. In a dramatic turn of events, the Templar order was disbanded by Pope Clement V in 1312 under pressure from Philip, who had orchestrated a campaign to destroy the order and seize their wealth. Though the Templars were officially dissolved, their financial innovations did not disappear. Many of the banking techniques they developed, such as credit systems, deposits, and currency exchange, became foundational principles for the emerging financial institutions of Europe. The banking systems that arose in Renaissance Italy, for example, owed much to the Templar model, with families like the Medici building upon these early financial innovations to create powerful banking dynasties. The Templars' legacy also lives on in the modern banking system's emphasis on trust, security, and international networks. Core principles that were pioneered by these warrior monks nearly a millennium ago. Their innovations played a pivotal role in the development of modern financial practices and set the stage for the rise of commercial banking institutions that continue to dominate global finance today. The Knights Templar remain one of the most enigmatic and fascinating orders of the Middle Ages, not only for their military prowess, but also for their unparalleled influence on European finance. Their rise from a group of humble warrior monks to one of the most powerful economic institutions in the medieval world speaks to their strategic acumen, adaptability, and far-reaching vision. Their banking innovations allowed them to amass incredible wealth, power, and influence, shaping the very structure of medieval European commerce. Though their order ultimately fell, their legacy in finance endures, serving as a reminder of the profound impact that these warrior bankers had on shaping the course of Western economic history. Hidden beneath the myth and legend of the Templars lies a legacy of financial ingenuity that helped to build the foundations of modern banking. Thank you for spending time with us through Spookscope today. Feel free to share your knowledge and wisdom in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share it with your friends and family. Until next time, my dear spooker, stay curious.